Okay, folks, section 4.5 WebAssign. This is problem number 9. Find the indefinite integral. Remember that means antiderivative. And then check the result by differentiation. My guess is that most of you are not going to do this because you're just going to enter the answer into WebAssign and see if you get the red X or the green check. Just know that you can check an antiderivative by taking its derivative and see if you get the original integrand. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this problem. We need to antidifferentiate 1 over the square root of 5x. We need to do that with respect to x. So when I look at the problem, I see that I have that 5x inside a square root function. So I'm going to start by letting u equal 5x. That means du equals 5 dx. I don't need 5 dx. All I need is 1 dx, so I'm going to solve for that. And I have this, which is the key to my u substitution. Let's go ahead and rewrite this integral now. I'm going to start by showing you that you could have rewritten this originally like this. So we have the square root of 5x, that's in the denominator, so that makes our exponent negative. So we have to truly, we are anti-differentiating the quantity 5x to the negative 1/2 power. And now I'm going to go ahead and show you that u substitution. I'm going to have the multiplier of 1/5 out in front. I'm going to have u to the negative 1/2 du. When we anti-differentiate u to the negative 1/2 with the power rule, we get u to the 1/2 divided by 1/2. Don't forget to add your constant. And this we know becomes 1/5 times 2 over 1 u to the 1/2 plus a constant. Simplify that, we'll call it 2/5 square root of u plus a constant. We're not going to leave that as our final answer because we're going to go ahead and substitute back in our expression for u. And that is your final answer. But what I'd like to do is a little bit of bonus work for you here, and I'd like to show you how you can do this problem without u substitution at all. So if we start with 1 over the square root of 5x, I can rewrite that as 1 over the square root of 5 times x to the negative 1/2 power. And by rewriting it like that, I hope you see that we can use straight power rule on this, and this is a constant multiplier which we can pull out front. So we have 1 over root 5 times the antiderivative of x to the negative 1/2 dx, which equals 1 over root 5 times 2x to the 1/2 power plus our constant. So let's see if that matches the answer we had before. So you might be looking at those two answers and say, well, wait a minute, they look a lot different. But let's go back to this one and say, let's look at 2 over 5 times the square root of 5x. That can be rewritten as 2 root 5 over 5 times the square root of x. And root 5 over 5 is what you get if you rationalize 1 over root 5. So folks, that deserves a large green check because we just verified that those two answers are the same.